giving this opportunity to share with the team on Vietnam agriculture and sustainability. Um, I'll just take you through another, kind of 20-minute or 25-minute, and then 10-15-minute, group can ask question during the
Mhm.
presentation or even after the presentation. I leave on the group. So this is the beautiful, farmer you see in Mekong Delta. So let me take you the first presentation. I'll talk about quickly on the general about agriculture. First about Vietnam. So you see on the left hand side, the market of Vietnam is about close to 1100 million US dollar, and that market mainly comprising seed and crop protection. You see on the left hand side the seed market where Vietnamese farmer are using, as a input is about close to 400 plus million dollar today. And when I looking on the crop protection, which is the larger pie of a low close to around $1 million, altogether when I put it together, this is the way the journey look for next 5 to 7 year more, where this industry will be close to around two, uh, you know, almost close to 2,000 million US dollar market. Now, what are the key fact in Vietnam? How agriculture is important? So it is contributing almost close to 12% of GDP. We have a sizable area of agriculture in Vietnam, which is almost close to around 12 million hectare. There are sizable number of farmers, 10 million farmers are there. And all these farmers are growing rice, maize, groundnut, soybean, vegetable, and so and so. Interestingly, Vietnam have a lot of foreign companies. Leading companies are Syngenta, Bayer, Corteva. These are the chemical companies, and of course, we have a local, including Lokchoy, which are in the agriculture domain, offering the seed part. In the seed also, Vina seed is there, SSC is there, CP is there, East West is there, and there is a huge market which is servicing these farmers. Most importantly, agtech is also evolving very fast in Vietnam, especially drones in Mekong Delta, air-based diagnostics in vegetables in the Danang or Central Highland areas. Now, future in agriculture from sustainability point of view, it is a very very important country in the Southeast Asia, where there is a lot of government support and initiative to promote export. And in this journey, seed, CP, precision agriculture, agtech, they will have their own role, including safety and traceability. So what I'll just show you slightly from different perspective. How this 11 million hectare land is comprising. So if you see on the left hand side, these are the around 15 core crop. Number one agriculture crop in Vietnam is the rice, which is almost 7.2 million hectare, and having a very high productivity after USA, almost 6.7 metric ton. Followed by vegetable. Corn is another crop. When I looking, cash crop, coffee is big, cashew is big, banana is picking up. It's a very profitable crop. Black pepper is amazingly, though area is very less, but Vietnam is one of the largest exporter globally, despite having low acreages of only 129,000 hectare. And of course, tea is picking up. Durian is, though looks very small area, 84,000 hectare, but Vietnam is among one of the largest exporter. So left hand side gave you the snapshot of how the 11 million hectare is, comprising in Vietnam ecosystem. Now you see on the right hand side, half of the market, which is almost 61% is dominated by rice, and followed by vegetable, corn, and so and so. Interestingly, Vietnam is the only country in the world which grows rice three times. Mekong Delta is a great example where rice is, grown three times. When I'm looking particularly Central Vietnam, where rice is grown two times. Looking the North Vietnam, also rice is grown Kharif and Rabi, or wet season and dry season. And
Mhm.
that brings the sustainability challenge at farmer level, because when crop intensification and cultivation is too much, question is what Vietnamese farmer or government is doing on the sustainability. And this market is going to grow close to around 6 to 7% CAGR for another let's say 5 to 7 years. Shall I move to next slide? Any question, or should I move to?
Um, Now, can I ask you a couple of questions, please? Because from your previous presentations, it
Yeah.
shows this like disproportionate between seed and crop protection. Is it how does it compare between Vietnam current standard with the company the country that has sustainable farming? And my second question is that do you have data, because you are showing now on the left hand side is the this distribution of lands used per type of produce. Do we have the data regarding the value contribute or market value of each type of produce?
Yes, I do have. I do have.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I have. In fact, the entire insight on last 5 year and next 5 year projection on different crop exports, including coffee, black pepper, durian, cashews, uh,
Yeah. Yes,
how
yes.
they are happening by company, by geography, by which country. Because this is my domain expertise, and that's what I've been invested, my time for more than a decade. So have a huge insight, what the question you asked. So what I'll do, I'll just take you through a few slides. You asked the question on the sustainability,
Mhm.
what Vietnam doing, and what are the challenges, what are the current ongoing program in this direction. I allow me next few slide, I'll take you through.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's great. Thank you.
I
Yep.
don't have any question because I am familiar with this Sugan because I work in the Lok Tray company, so I have a lot of the information the same you present.
Correct, correct. So now this is the coming of the sustainability challenge. As you see on the right hand side, the map showing you the rice cultivation in the country, how dominated the Mekong Delta, then coming the central and the north. But interestingly, the challenges what happening in Vietnam is the 47% of Mekong Delta is on the risk. One is the 1 meter sea level is rising, salt level, particularly in the Kinjang, wherever the stream rice ecosystem is happening, where rice cultivation is getting challenged because of the sea level increase and also the soil fertility. Environmentally, also, farmers are using overdose of fertilizer. Reason is that they grow rice, and again rice. 90 days crop in a year. So 90 days, 90 days, 90 days, 270 days is continuously rice. And they're putting a lot of urea and, phosphoric fertilizer, which is, challenging the soil fertility. Also, the low irrigation efficiency. We know Mekong Delta is a lot of flood, comes particularly in Enjang, Kinjang, and that's a core belt. So irrigation facility is only 60 to 65%, and unfortunately, because of the disease pressure, including in the rice and fruit and vegetable, 20 to 30%, post harvest losses are happening. So what Vietnamese government is doing on that, I'll just show you the next slide. What government is doing right now, they have a rural development and sustainability infrastructure, where National Research Development Center is trying to bring the greenhouse gas reduction 30%. Rice is among one of the crop which leaves the gas in the environment. And also they're coming on the smart rice project with Kantha, where they are using precision irrigation digital tools. If you go to Tinjang, or let's say you go to Longain, there are now lot of drones which are getting used in the agriculture as a part of sustainability and precision agriculture, where they able to broadcast the seed on the puddled soil, they're able to broadcast the fertilizer, they're able to map the insect and pest, the pressure on the crop, and also able to put the right application of crop protection and fertilizer applications. And that's as a part of sustainability. Lot of efforts is happening, and government is giving subsidy to these farmers and the companies to promote the digital or precision agriculture, particularly in the rice in the Mekong Delta. Now, question is, who are the companies, which are the people working? So, for example, Nestle is working right now on the sustainable coffee. On the left hand side, you see rice public-private partnership. Olam is one of the key player in Vietnam. They are buying the commodities, exporting globally. Bayer is among one of the top company in Vietnam, and they are also working on the sustainable intensification program with the government of Vietnam to see that how farmer can optimize the crop management, including soil fertility management, crop nutrition, plant protection, and overall the harvest part. And finally, which is very, very important, considering the Vietnam, which is one of the largest exporter of the agriculture input, the market linkage and traceability. When you exporting, for example, black pepper, or even let's say coffee, even on rice. So question is how we link these farmers produce with traceability, especially on the fruit and vegetable geotagging and so on. So these are the some of the initiative which is happening between public and private partnership. And as a result, currently there is a organic area which is growing, which is top in the Southeast Asia. Almost close to 1,70,000 hectares are there. Smart farming pilots are companies along with the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, which is MARD. They are working almost 200 plus farming plots are there. And most important part, the pest, weather pest and traceability. Brown plant hopper is one of the deadliest insect in the rice. Rice, I'm talking again and again because that covers almost, close to 65 to 70% of the cultivable area in Vietnam, and largest, from Vietnam economy point of view. So there are more than 60 plus tools. But interestingly, when Vietnamese exporters, when they're exporting, they are using the GAP, which is Global Agriculture Practices, then organic farms, which is as per the EU and US compliance, particularly on the pepper, durian, coffee, cashews. Uh, these are the some of the things happening, and where digital tools, uh, digital apps and traceability through precision farming is a big talk point, and lot of development is happening on that.
Mhm.
Any question?
No, thank you. It's very informative.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I'll give you slightly,
But
from
I have some idea.
yeah.
Some of the company is you show that maybe it's just a big company and maybe they have a lot of money and invest. They make just investment, and I think that most of the company for the foreigner company, I don't have any the Vietnam company have the sustainability investment project,
Let
right?
me, yeah,
Yes.
very important, input you given. In fact, Vietnam is big export houses, especially on the paper, which I had a good exposure on export of spices, black pepper, cinnamon, NEC. So in spice category, GAP is one of the area where Vietnamese companies, leading companies, which are also working with the farmers and importers to give the GAP certification.
Yeah.
Organic category is a very niche. There are certain market in Europe, US asking. So to answer your question, yes, Vietnamese companies are becoming more and more sensitive. They are making, but they are working in line with the importers' requirement.
Yeah.
However, the multinational companies or big brand like Bayer or Nestle or Syngenta, these are the companies which are they have their global mandate as well as the national mandate. and
Mhm.
they're working, in line with the promoting, sustainable agriculture, which
Yes.
partly organic and partly the optimum use of input, which is fertilizer, chemical is the bigger, and fertilizer like company like Yara, uh, they are quite active, promoting, balanced nutrition and balanced crop protection uses. Purpose is how we can, safeguard the environment, particularly greenhouse emission and soil fertility, and overall improvement on the income at the farmer level.
Mhm.
I can show you one example on the how interestingly, we all consume the rice in Vietnam in our
Okay.
lunch and dinner. So I'll show you one example how rice works. The this is bit detailed slide. Don't go in the detail, but
Um,
see on the left hand side uh, how the farmers grows nursery in the beginning.
yeah.
After soon they grow nursery, they have to put crop protection applications, to protect the sucking pest, which is chlorpyrifos, nominigold, contaf, ricestar, topistar. Ricestar, topistar is the Bayer brand, which are very popular in Vietnam. And these are the chemical which goes in the beginning of the seed sowing. When farmer putting the seed first time in the soil, they're treating the seed with these chemicals to make sure that seed gets germinated, and then comes 0 to 30 days. Again, farmer is, putting, product like Contaf, Acifet or Fatera, to protect because there is an intensive cultivation, and some of the farmers again doing the same application of the chemical. So my purpose of showing you this slide is to show that how farmers, to protect and produce, the right productivity, how much chemical they put in
Yes.
the.
Okay.
So the third application happening again at the 60 to 80 days, and huge level of, and then what are the pests? Number one pest is the stem borer in Vietnam, followed by leaf folder with sucking, but blast is there, and BPH you see on the red, 90 to 130 days. 90 to 130 days when it comes, let me just
Oh, the
let me
deep is very clear, very
see.
nice.
Yeah, if you see this one, this is the deadliest insect in Vietnam.
Yes, yes. It's heavy, heavy the bags.
Yeah, if it comes, the plant, over in 2 days, you see that it's look like a acid was completely crop is gone.
Yeah.
So pest point of view, these are the insecticide getting used here. Here you see is again insecticide. Neck blast is again a big problem, where
Mhm.
the neck of the plant is get, blast infection and is broken, so there is no grain filling. And that's why farmer use, again, these are the again, nativo is a fungicide, acifed, JSFM, these are the product they use again on 90 days. And
Mhm.
finally, to get avoid that neck blast and BPH, again the septin. So in nutshell, farmer are using close to 5 to 6 time, application within the 90 to 100 days. This crop I'm showing you the whole Vietnam. Mekong Delta crop getting harvested here. This is in the North Vietnam, 120 days. So in nutshell, what am my message to the sustainability point of view? That 5 to 6 chemical applications,
Mhm.
and that's not a small thing, to get the right productivity. And big brand like Bayer and other multinational, they are very mindful on optimizing and putting, integrated pest management recommendation, and working very closely with the government. Now what happening if I show you this one? uh, I don't want to go in the detail looking the time, but this is the way the different kind of farmer segments are there. Some of the farmers, if I look on the, segment one, which 20% farmer, they follow the neighbor farmer, and not very aware in terms of, what the best. But there are 40% farmer which are, bit conservative and but experienced farmer, but they don't go on heavy chemical. They still use, low cost solutions. uh,
Mhm.
Interestingly, there are, some of 15% farmers are time constant farmers. They even going, by stimulant, they love to put high investment, and
Very interesting.
and they are the one they are using, broad spectrum or long lasting product, and they don't mind, aiming for, they are like kind of a adopting, all these chemical. But this is very interesting. In Vietnam, 25% farmers are very innovative. They are profit centered. They love to, invest money. So they take all these risks. They are export oriented. They go, so segment 3 and segment 4. These are the, if I put so altogether is 40% farmer. So these 40% farmers are export oriented. They can put, any chemical, any solution. They focusing on the quality, performance, yield. And that's why, most of companies, local companies, including Vietnam companies, able to put the new product, new formulation. But interestingly, there is a high intensification of input in this 40% farmer, and this is where the sustainability comes into a key kind of, requirement for export and for the government to sustain the agriculture. This is something, the seed companies. I'll not go in the model. There are a lot of companies you see on the left hand side. These are the companies which are active on the seed, including local, and market is quite big. Similarly, on the big brand like Syngenta, Bayer, Corteva, FMC, and so and so. These are the Imilnok Chai, and then lot of local companies. So they are the one which are catering, these farmers, in terms of the input. Now question is on sustainability, what government of Vietnam doing? So I'll take you through looking the time on a very high level, that these are the protection, products you see. The on the left hand side there are pesticide, you see on the right hand side, fungicide, you see whatever in the red. Government of Vietnam has banned these products. And why did they ban? Because they feel that this is, not environment friendly, and the importers globally who are importing the produce from Vietnam, they're finding that these are the products which are not safer for the produce. So whatever the products you're seeing on the left hand side, wherever the red bar is there, that products has been recently been banned. And you see which are the molecule on the agriculture. Since we talked on the rice, these are the, fungicides which are, still considering their safety norms. Vietnamese government and the brands are promoting it. Similarly, you see on the herbicides to control the weeds, glyphosate has been banned. It is one of the biggest product of Bayer. Butachlor has been banned, but if you're looking, you know, the rest of product on the left hand side, which are, farmers are adopting and moving, and even on the Molu side, and uh, uh, like Priadiben, that product has been banned. So Vietnamese government, my message to here, not to talk too much technical, but to give a message that yes, Vietnamese government is very, very active. They are very mindful, which product, which chemical to continue, which chemical not to do that. Now, one more interesting part on the sustainability and the digital side. One of the topic Ms. Hong proposed on the digital side, that this is the future, how it is happening. If you're looking on the left side, this is the farmer, let's say. So these farmers, now full stack agri platforms are developing, including, China's Alibaba, which is very active. In India we have, more than 100 plus platforms in these kind of models. Vietnam is also, these kind of models are going to come, and some of the platform already started. So farmers, connecting, through call center, farmers apps are there. Call center is advising them, what on the sustainability point of view, what are the input they should use. And through regional warehouse, the last mile delivery is happening at farmer level. And this ecosystem is growing very rapidly. Indonesia is example where Olam is actively working. China, if I see Alibaba's, WeChat-led platform. India, as I said, big number of platform. Plantix is there on the diagnostic, on the disease pest, on the real time. So these are the lot of things happening. Purpose is that to digitally touch farmers. So like the way we buying today, from Lazada or Sophie. Similarly,
Mm-hmm.
the agriculture is heading on the same direction in Vietnam, where farmers are, getting educated, getting informed, and advisory is playing a big role. It's a journey. It's just starting. As I said, drones are there. Crop diagnostic is very important, telling the farmers what to use. And every farmer these days have a internet and the smartphones. So this is now fast is happening. Farming as a service. There are a lot of, I visited personally in Tinjang, lot of drone providers, and they're giving farming as a service, uh, and diagnosing like plantics, or so telling farmers what to use, when to use. And then this whole journey is giving, the learning on the farmer data. We understanding farmer more better, and there we can use, uh, artificial intelligence and machine learning to helping
Mhm.
the better these farmers and sustainably help them, that how they can, get better productivity in this direction. And this is my last slide. Of course, I'll ask the question after that. In nutshell, Vietnam is a very, very, important for agriculture point of view. Is contributing, GDP quite sizably. Initially, our group asked that what are the export, or the value. 53 billion US dollar is the export out of 440 billion overall Vietnam GDP. This is the, kind of value which agri industry is offering, but agri part is in this entire is around 30 billion dollar. Remaining is coming from, seafood, and as a dairy, as a cumulative agriculture, because seafood, dairy also is a part of agriculture. Organic area is growing. If I see, the fertilizer uses are still higher side, which need optimization, and precision farming will help. uh, Irrigation efficiency is still low, 60 to 60%. And how it will improve? When company like Netafame or company like Jain Irrigation, there are a lot of companies working on the drip irrigation. Vietnam is also picking up drip irrigation huge. More the, improvement on the irrigation side will come. There would be helping on the sustainability. A lot of smart project is on the way in the country, towards organic, towards optimization of input and digital tools. In the last slide I said how the, digital apps. So there are, already 60 plus apps are, active in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure, there is a lot of funding is happening. Purpose is not only on the production, but also on the traceability, and overall, safer food at the consumer level. So how I feel, considering this background, going forward, there would be more integrated value chain ecosystem, where seed to export traceability,
Mm-hmm.
where we can tell consumer sitting in Europe or US that where it has been produced and how it is safer, what chemical it has been done. This is one area where most of companies putting a lot of investment at farmer capacity building. So
Yes.
helping, yeah, helping farmer digitally how to, become climate smart. And excuse me. Another part is the, production based sustainability zone. So
Mm-hmm.
the government is working with the local provinces, that what are the zone which are more sustainably, focused. And then finally, green growth and gap standard, which are the path forward towards a sustainable agriculture. So this is from my side, and open for questions.
I have a questions. So I think the your presentation. Thank you so much because it's very informative. I am not in these industries, but because it is important to any economy, especially for Vietnam, because each of us needs food and agriculture produce for our daily life. Having having a conscience that we did not contribute to destroy of our planet, it's important in my agenda personally. So I'd like to what do you think about a broader collaborations in agriculture? Because we are talking solely about plantation, about the rice, vegetable, and fruit, but because as you mentioned, it's also fishery, the raising of cattle and animal farming as well.
Mhm.
I have seen it in a smaller scale, but the use of other like manure from chicken farm is sold as a fertilizer for like in the UK people love attending to their garden. They sell that chicken manure or fish bone for to use as fertilizer in their garden. So looking at it at a broader scale, in any regional area, if they can use the size or the waste of a farm to benefit other area of farming, it won't reduce the overall waste, reduce the carbon footprint, and also I think it could if we have a well oil collaboration, it could help with reducing the use of chemical as a way to protect the crop as well. It's just a thought because from what I can see happening around me.
Mhm. So basically, let me first offload the screen. Can you help me how to do that? Uh,
Perhaps because they
uh,
the yellow don't have the saving the picture.
okay, great. No, I my screen is still visible or screen is gone now?
Invisible.
Oh goodness, I need to first let me let me off the screen. I don't use much Jala, so stop presenting first. Now, okay,
Yeah.
let's take the question. Thank you so much. So, you said very rightly, all these chicken, waste and other organic manures, which are, very, very critical for uh, uh, farming, and the use is growing. The problem is the availability of the such material, which is still not big enough. Now
Mm,
question is, even you use chicken waste management or let's say organic manure, there is a fertility level in the soil. Soil need at least 1% organic you know content. Now organic level of soil or organic matter, which is 1% plus, if it is there, soil can be very productive.
mm,
And what you said is the chicken waste or cow dung or any
mhm,
organic or decomposed fertilizer, always very helpful for that. And farmers are using whatever is available. But since Vietnam used very extensive cultivation of crops, so except in fruit and vegetable crops like banana, durian, and even in black pepper, yes, farmers are using. But in rice, gradually the use of such organic material is decreasing. Problem is that farmer don't have time, harvesting, immediately puddling and putting again the next crop. So but companies are promoting on organic side, and but more than organic side is the optimum nutrition management at the soil level. And this is the future on the sustainability, where
mm.
government of Vietnam, including big brands, are working on it.
Yeah, I think if we could have like a news feed on those and we can track the because I think unless it become an initiative,
Mhm.
the farmer immediate focus and it has to come from either a charity or it is a government initiative, because the farmer their immediate worry or focus is how to like you said, the best yield focus or the result focus, and whatever way is like give them more assurance of having protecting their crop and having the best yield possible. They will follow it, even though the protecting the environment would not be their first priority. But it's I think it will need to be driven from the the consumer side, or consumer education to have a pushback impact to change the farmer behavior in like using more organic, more use the environment friendly way to protect their crop. um it's a long journey, but I think it's doable. And I think when there is a central collaborations unit where they to lobby, to educate farmer, to educate in consumer, and also work closely with exporter and the foreign buyer, it could change the behavior of farmer. And unless the farmer change the behavior, um I see it, even though the idea is lovely, it take long to actually comes become a reality.
Mm-hmm.
Correct, correct. You
Yeah.
said very rightly, and this is based on the available resource on such kind of organic matter, or let's say you know the kind of bio organic kind of
Mhm.
compost. Of course, that would remain the requirement at farmer level, but on the same time, now what happening to improve the soil productivity and overall the crop productivity, lot of drip adoption at more horticulture and fruit, particularly in the fruit and vegetable crop, which is picking up. And companies are trying to, rather than put urea DAP, they are getting more on the water soluble fertilizers, and the more complex fertilizers with high P and K, in a way where the nutrition use efficiency, which is today, let's say, in the urea, which is hardly 25%, with water soluble it is getting in almost 80 to 90%. So what you said is absolutely right. But the next journey, which most of companies, global companies, which are
Mhm.
working, to bring more innovative product, which can
Mhm.
bring the huge efficiency of nutrition on much higher level, which can support the agriculture productivity. I'll be happy in future on that side of crop nutrition management, which is picking up very big globally, and very interesting topic. Maybe in the subsequent discussion, I may bring a new insight on that area, and whatever the question you ask are very very important and valuable. I can bring maybe more insight in the next session, touching also on that, how, and how it can help the farmers, and
Yes,
yeah.
we should more like more deeper, more deeper. But
Yeah,
I want to add more the list of the recommendation, your recommendation 5 and the 6 point. 5, I think that you just put more some company, if they follow the sustainability project, they should have to prepare the capital funding. Yeah.
correct, correct,
Yes, very very big and heavy capital. And I have the experience with the lọc trời, so they have to they out of the cash to follow this. Some of the business strategic model also fail. Okay.
correct.
And the second, the 6 point, I add actually your listing a recommendation, the education, the same of the Miss Lang told you already. Education. So we should have more and more the guys have the sustainability certificate in the Vietnam, and they should change a lot for the specialists, for the farmer, for most of the staff in the company, or the in the staff in the organization, or in the government. You understand this?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
and this guy have the certificate, the ESG certificate, global, so ESG or global sustainability certificate. This guy have it. I think that's a strongly to make the process and the sustainable process maybe more effectively and structure.
Correct, correct.
Yes. So
Yes,
other,
so I think yeah, we have we still have a lot of interesting topic to dig deeper in this area
yes,
of the sustainable farming, and I will message in the group the idea. I would like to know a little bit more because I feel I'm very lucky to have such knowledgeable people in like such yourself to educate me about sustainable farming in Vietnam because I'm interested in that area, but I don't have any information, just like the observation from daily life that I have around. But I think I would like to know more about that crop protection in a sustainable way and organic way. How other countries, is there any other country that is like leading in that area?
yes,
If you could have provide or show us information about that, it would be great.
yeah,
The second one is the waste crop, like you in your point of presentation is post harvest waste.
Correct.
It is one. I think it's a global headache because I like we mentioned before in previous discussion that sometimes it is better to let the crop rot on the land than having somebody to pick it up because it's more costly to pick it up.
yeah,
So it is such a waste. And the third point that I would like to dig deeper is that how to increase, which way to increase the nutritious value of the agricultural produce, so that we consume less. Because I think I saw the on it's printed on the rice package in the UK market. Sometimes it
hmm,
says like high protein something rice, and then I was wondering what do they mean by how can they increase the protein in rice, because normally we don't consider rice is also protein,
oh, it's
but
okay.
they do have like rice milk here in the UK, and it seems it's look like it does have protein. So that are three key points that I would like to know a little bit better on that. And if you could have giving or sharing your knowledge on that area, that would be great.
Okay, it's okay.
Sure,
Ethic.
sure. I will do that.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
that would like lovely. Thank you so much.
Yes, we can see here the next week, Suran and Miss Lang. Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
I really enjoy your presentation. Thank you so much, Sharon.
Thank you, Miss Lan.
Okay.
You have been also, very inspirational, including, Miss Kim and Miss Hong. The group has been, super knowledgeable. You able to bring a lot of facet of, overall business. So very, very fortunate to be part of this group and look forward, continue learning and, exchanging our mutual learning and thought to see that how we can enrich each other going forward. Thank you
Yes.
so
Thank you.
Good
Thank
night. Good
you. Have a
night.
nice weekend. Bye.
much. Bye. Bye.